probably. It's kind of like, why aren't you posting shit? Right, because I wasn't in the typing window. Yes. Oh then, hello there. I am on at a very strange time, aren't I? Yes, I kind of alluded to this yesterday. I will explain it once again how to actually in the game, and then you can, well, I guess technically speaking, you can make your own judgment then, can't you? If you so desire or not. Alright. Just that we set everything up. Actually, I had to look up how to write punctuality. Oh well, I was kind of confusing myself. I was sitting there for like 30 seconds looking at the title like, is this right? Is this wrong? Sometimes your brain is special. No. Have you loaded? No, we have not loaded. Why not? I gave you ample time. I distracted everyone just so you had time to load and you failed me. Probably. Well, thanks at this point in time I'm kinda used to it. Now it's just stuck. That's great. Oh, that's just the sort of thing I need. Wow. Suddenly it feels like I'm back in the 90s and my PC is a fucking Windows 98. That's just how fast this is working. Okay. I clicked the button to refresh the page and just didn't fucking finish loading. I hate my life. Yeah, don't do this, please. Okay, I just want to make sure that everything's working. You know, that's not a crime. I guess it gives me the opportunity to take it to the works of the pipe. The devil would be proud of me. Well, I guess technically speaking, I have him. But Bills of Eternity is actually younger than me, so I guess technically speaking, you know. Okay, it took us like 2 minutes, but I think we're ready. Let's change things around. Now then. I always love it when I'm back here, because I know it is Friday. Technically speaking, usually Friday evening, but well, not in this case. I might remember from last time, this nice little place, this little village here, where we dealt with some nonsense. Basically, we sailed over to here, we saved some problems and some storms, and apparently now this area is a lot more peaceful, and well, hopefully, you know, they will not be too brutally conquered and included into the trade routes of the Vailian republics. Let's hope. So, as for our next goal, that is actually why I had this open, so I can show you. As you can see, most of the quests are quite a bit above our level, our pay grade. The only other ones is this one, but Shorty's quest is going to take a lot longer, because that is basically a long running one. It's going to continue getting stuff, you know, for quite a while. And the only one that is actually becoming reasonably available to us is the goods and services by, well, the invitation from Captain Ildis. So we dealt with a second in command, basically. Now I kinda wanna go and, you know, deal with this nonsense, first and foremost. And while we're sailing around, there's actually the point. Now I do know that, look, where is it? Where is it? There. Well, that light is down here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sail, you know, this nice little strip here. So we have done some exploration, and we're gonna sail down and see what the bitch actually wants from us. I mean, I did kind of kill her second in command, so maybe she's gonna be just the smallest bit pissed about it, and well, just in case, I guess I kinda, you know, has a bit of a saying about that. You know, I'm not the kind of person who avoids problematic situations, and when I'm in the wrong, I'm actually more than willing to apologize. But meeting headfirst with an angry woman is usually, yes, it does tempt the soul to run away. Truly hell hath no fury than a woman scorned. Bit of a, you know, old saying. I'm pretty sure the implication is quite a bit different. But I get it, I absolutely get it. Woman can be quite scary. Now then, first event, eh? On the horizon, the ship comes into view. Its sails furled. The ship lists upon the water. Flagship! Oh, great. Indicating a green flag billowing lazily in the breeze. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. We should be careful, Captain, or we'll catch whatever took hold of these poor souls. Still, there might be something worthwhile on board. I mean, yeah, technically there could be loot. Crew steals glances at you to catch a hint of how you're inclined to proceed. Maybe we can help. If we can't cure them, we could at least give them a merciful death. Even without a spyglass, you can spy a few living crew moving about above deck. Raditi guns, the cannoneers need to be practiced. I mean, I'm not gonna put aside, that's suicidal. We are outside on the water. Basically, you know, at least half a day away from the next port. And whatever could be on there had some very nice time to, you know, spread all about my crew. I'm not gonna do that. Sounds far too risky. Stay clear, yeah, sure. So the next poor fucking soul is coming. Let's actually be merciful here and make sure they think. Well, I mean, mercy is a very strange way of saying it because, well, they're gonna drown. Well, but I guess that's the path of least risk for everyone involved. They might do it on their own if that's what they want. I don't see why we need to make a decision for them. Sure, Captain. I don't seem like a threat. Fuck's sake. Okay. Okay, we have a doctor here. So, okay, let's set, if you know, if my companion is against it, I'm willing to compromise here. Let's pull alongside and see what happens. Be sure that the crew rides your ship next to the plague vessel. Deck and the captain appear shocked and apprehensive. Really has mercy. I didn't think anyone would come to our aid. They can stand tall, but their unsteady posture betrays the sickness that seems to have affected them all. If the sickest sailor from your crew, we'll bring them aboard, examine them, and provide suitable remedies. Board and loot the ship. What are your people affected by? A shrubby sack. Ooh. Not kill anyone, or I'm gonna look away, but it saps our strength and has quickly spread throughout the crew. Of course, the sickest sailor from your crew. We will bring them aboard, examine them, and provide suitable remedies. No one has says anything loudly enough to decipher, but the mumbling suggests you're unhappy about bringing a sick crew member aboard. You don't say. Started from the plague ship to yours, your crew clears a broad path. Some make warning signs over the prayers. Yeah, sure. And we can have the captain says, without your help, who knows how long we would have been here. Take this, please. A token. Oh, thank you. What I get, mount I get. After a short period of examination, the sick sailor returns with enough remedies to treat the rest. Very but hopeful, they wave goodbye as your ship continues on its way. Boots of stability. More fortitude, that's actually not bad. Not bad a deal at all. Oh, for fuck's sake. Can I actually see Venezi? Venezi, there you are. One of my cannoneers. Shit, but if you're spreading the plague on my ship, I will take this as a lesson to never again do this. In the future I shall murder them all by cannon. But they'll be damned. Gee, we did something and we learned something from it. Great. Can I now get a green flag, please? The illness starts slow. Kafir. The shake's there, and it has the crew hard and fast. Watching across the deck like a rook wave. Within the day, not a single member of the crew can breathe easily. Each coughs their throat raw, hitting bloody globs of phlegm into the sea. Midroll finds you in your cabin. Through the open window you can make out the sound of one of your sailors retching violently. Please keep up, Captain. Your crew will be in no state to sail. They hardly are as it is. Find the ship surgeon. Care to tell me why everyone on my boat is sick? She's going to point at me and be like, your fault. It's a swabby hair captain, a quickly caught her from the plague ship. It's not likely to kill anyone. They can leave Kif weak and prone to accident. What would you have me do? Just the bridge of her nose. Best thing to do would be to medicate. Hopefully we've got the stores to treat everyone. Well, no problem, we actually have. The shields is the alias direction. The hands open up. Pictures of aromatic herbs and mesh. Leaves up with pistol and mortar. Soon each member of the crew wears a swath of fragrant paste. Stays out across their chest. With the correct remedy applied, the crew quickly recovers. When they're on deck, melting shanties toward the horizon. You sail on. Nice. He lost a bit of time, but well, so be it. No. Where are we? There seems to be something down here that I can look into. I don't know why I haven't, but we shall remedy this immediately. I'm actually, I think my mind is kind of confused because I looked to my side and it's like, why is there still daylight? It should be evening, but of course, it's a special Friday, isn't it? And that is why. Oh. I see. That looks like a startly little creature, doesn't it?
Could be a fight.
I mean, you know the drill. Tentacle! What are you doing? Why are you doing it? Come on, summon it. Yes. Yes. Tentacles have returned. They don't look as nice as in the first one though. I really love the tentacles in the first one. They look a lot cooler than this. No pen. No pen. Oh god, it has no pen. It's jammed. Well, to be fair, that's kinda how it goes. Shaken, confused, but not down for the count. Ouch. Oh, you're healing, eh? You little bitch. Yeah, I don't think we need to do much here. I think this combat is basically over. I don't know why I killed it. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's part of a quest or something. Yeah. Oh, I'm assuming. We're gonna find out one way or another. Friday. Such a nice day, isn't it? Actually, I have tomorrow. Well, almost off. I have some minor things left to do in this year for the business, but after that I'm technically free. It means we will probably be playing a bit more tomorrow. Actually, this is a good part as I need to explain the general direction for today. I think I actually managed to mention it yesterday. I'm not too sure, to be quite frankly with you, because, well, my mind is somewhat a bit confused at just sometimes happen. There seem to be quite a few things here, but none of them seem to be... I don't really want to sail too close. That seems like a bad idea. Like we're gonna engage in combat with him or something. But yeah, basically, since today is a special day, as in, you know, going to be a new year soon, around here at least, in around about a few hours basically. And I kind of want to do something special with it. We're gonna have a special stream later this evening with, celebrating into the new year basically. I'm not yet too sure what we're actually going to play. Since I actually want to get something to ring for the occasion, it should be something that I can actually play relatively well while drunk. The desert wind carries a sibilant susurrus to your ears from the canyon ahead. Punctuated by cracks and pops, reminds you of eggs on a hot pan or fire in dry brush. The low growl that accompanies it, however, raises the hair on the back of your neck. Listen carefully. Use your fucking perception. The sound results into a rhythmic chittering, slowly and cyclically rising and falling. It sounds like a chorus of voices. Inhuman voices. Continue cautiously forward. Carefully enter the desert canyon, keeping the shade cast by the tall standing stones. Ahead of you, a group of Saurops chant, hopping back and forth on skinny legs, shaking their spears. In a step between them rises the black, leathery form of a drake. Creature's wings rise above it as it tears at the corpse that bore at its feet. Continue to watch. A mighty twist of its muscular neck, the drake tears the boar in half, rises up on its legs, lifting its head, and swallows the back half of the boar whole. The lump of the animal visibly trails down the reptile's throat. One of the Saurops hops forward, retrieves its feathered headrest from its head, tosses it aside, drops its staff a moment later, spreads its arms before the drake. The large beast peers down at the Saurop, then, with a flash of movement, hits the small wilder in a single bite. The other Saurops cheer, banging their spears against their shields. Yeah, stealth. I think we don't have much stealth, so let's actually attack. Because, well, stealth is one of the things we are really not good at, and I don't really want to fail and get surrounded or something. It doesn't sound good. We are more of a combat group, honestly. Okay. I'll let you run. Yeah, I kinda figured you wouldn't. Come on. I don't see. That was fun. They shall meet in the face of utter combat. Something. Where are you going? Okay, what is with what is with the fucking tentacles? Ouch! That did hurt. I'll admit that much. Okay. I think we got them all, including bloody fucking Drake. The Drake was actually a bit of a wimp, wasn't he? As our champion, was actually a bit more dangerous. Well, much reservoirs. Treasure. But yeah, so I'm kind of still thinking about what to play with later on. I mean, there are two games I can imagine playing right off the top of my head. One has the advantage of me having a large amount of previous knowledge, which makes it basically a very safe bet, even if I do manage to get myself somewhat tipsy. The other is not so much, well known to me. But I think we actually did do a turn of it once, and it was kind of fun. And I want to, do it again. So yeah, that is going to happen later. I guess for now we're going to play like, usual 2 hours to 3 hours, then I'm going to take my break, then I'm going to be back sometime after that, and sometimes before 12 around here, which is not saying much because, well, as I have come to learn over the time, time zones are a bit of a bitch. Ah, so they say. You come upon the opening to a small cave. Putrid gusts of hot air burp from deep within. You hear the faint chitter and hiss of Saurops in earnest conversation. Enter the cave. The boots scrunch through a drift of brittle bones. Creep into the Saurop lair. As if we had any fear. We're gonna go in there and we're gonna beat their little asses. Saurops. I mean, basically they're just little goblins, when you think about it. Okay, let's go down here first. Because up there's light, and by light there's usually things.
I think I saw him first.
I think I can pull that off. Beyond sick.
The situation is not ideal, I would say. FO, yes. That spell is actually surprisingly good.
Do it.
when you think about it.
I don't feel so good.
You don't say.
Of course.
Now then, run back very carefully and... well, we did it. And no greater sacrifice had to be made. I mean, I think it actually kinda managed to call basically the whole of the combat encounter down to me, which I sure hope was, you know, just bad timing on my part, because if that is part of the mechanics that is going to be cancer when it comes to exploration, which I would rather like to, you know, avoid. Some mysterious reason I don't like the cancer that would be implied with that. Routine the boss, there's a frail and sickly Zorib. It rings when you're near, pressing itself into the furthest corner of its cage, trembling. On its neck are the remnants of a bedraggled feather crest. Paint is smeared across its face, but the paint is old, flaking. Hasn't been reapplied in some time. Zorib's regalia tells you there must have been an important figure in the tribe. Perhaps a priest or a mother. This condition makes clear that those days are long past. Well, let's try conversation, eh? But watches you with an unreadable expression on its face and says nothing. Break open the cage. Get the boss clear out of the frame. Bob scrambles to get out of your reach, and make no move to capture it. It stands between you and the open cage door, blinking rapidly. It tenses, and bursts out the door. Probably not the wisest choice I've ever made, but I mean, technically speaking, I guess I don't need to be... I think she's a bit confused. The Roger's utility. Who locked you up? The Zorib scuttles behind you and grabs hold of your leg. It points across the cave to the corpse of a large, well-adorned Zorib, one of the champions, its goals. Why are you following me? Zorib tilts its head slowly and blinks. It narrows its eyes, like it can't quite figure out what you mean. Hands back at the cage and you freed it from, and stares at you expectantly. Do you always follow your lead around? Rose clings tightly to your leg and refuses to let go. You want to come with me? Stands up to you, unblinking, and finally releases your leg. You make no move to chase it away. It hops up and down excitedly. Hey, you've got a little fan! He trots along beside you, tail held high. Jack, look at me, I'm with Masa. I'm great. The envy of any other Zorib, I'm sure. Or something. Yeah. Along those lines. Yeah, so... I have to do a photo. Also, I'm kind of thinking, if we actually find the time, there is something I actually want to kind of take a look at. That I'm not too sure about for once. I mean, you know, it doesn't hurt to take a look, and it doesn't really hurt to go at it from a point of reasonable objectivity, I want to say. Mostly because, name the island. That's actually a good question. How am I supposed to name this island? How about, haha. Yes, I know, my naming sense is horrible, but I can live with that. And you will have to suffer it. If you want to or not. Yeah. Now that broken spear pass and ruined tower, that seems like something. Something interesting. Bones crunch underfoot, strewn across the sand are skeletons, half buried in wind-blown dunes, lying bleached and baking in the sun. The corpses still wear the tattered remnants of their clothing, the pegs tangled in their limbs. Worms circle like vultures high above you. You feel a tug at your leg. Another sharp rock clings to your boot, staring out at the dunes, and looks up at you. Eyes are wide with fright. She fears this place. The sand is strangely lively here. Dancers as if caught in a breeze. There's no wind to steer it. There are piles of great rise above the dunes and suspiciously orderly mounds. Charge the skeleton. You approach the new skeleton and tangle the pack from its remains. As you disturb the skeleton, several sand blights rise up from the desert. A great gust of wind heads straight for you. I kinda figured that would happen. But we should be more than capable of dealing with a few of them if they are normal sandblights. If we're talking about big and great ones, we're probably gonna get fucked. Okay. Hey there, forward. Me, forward.
Weapons no good
You change your weapon set.
to me.
You have blessing. I actually use this to make masterful blessings, or empowered blessings, I guess. Oh no, you don't, you little bitch. You are now going to use
Consider it right.
That's it.
your spells. Well, spells, no, your guns, basically. Well, I mean, I guess, to a very primitive person, a gun would look not that much different comparatively speaking to, you know, actual magic, so I guess my statement is not untrue. Yay, double kill.
Captain.
Not really that hard now, was it? Apparently I can actually just plunder the skeletons now. Well,
Bye.
some of them. At least some of them. I do love how the little Zorip is like, nope, 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 I'm afraid. I don't need to be afraid of that. That was easy peasy lemon squeezy. Yeah, we did kinda get a few level ups. Well, a few was, as I was saying, one. I do love the differences in the systems though. You know, when you in a Japanese RPG and you're like level 20, it's like, well, okay, you're somewhere in the beginning area. Because, you know, your max level is gonna be like 999 or something. But in Western RPG, it's like, level 20, your max level. Damn, you basically got. Small difference, but a difference nonetheless. Quite important one. And a ruined tower. Search the location. Search it more. Search, search, search. Nothing. Good. But I guess another island cleaned up. Also renamed. Now, I guess we're almost done with our little turn, and then we go down to here. Actually not a bad idea to return to the fort anyway, because I would kinda like to get myself more medicine. That seems to be something we will have a lot of use for. For some mystical reason. Can't imagine why we would have use for such measly things. We are losing 2 morale per day, basically because we're feeding them hardtack and water. I mean, those people really what a bitchy. Why aren't they? Saying, you can't just feed me water. How am I supposed to live with myself if I have not, you know, daily access to fucking alcohol? You know. And then we have, well, pretty much cleared out. I mean, we could basically, since we actually have a level up, we could technically start going through all of the locations that are still on the map and see if there are any more that are not any longer considered difficult. We could. And honestly, most of the time it's something you can do just a bit later. I mean, worst case scenario, you're gonna end up with a not too challenging encounter, which is honestly, well and dandy as far as I'm concerned. Not too much of a juicy one, so to speak. But yeah, I'm actually looking forward to celebrating the new year. Well, that's because, you know, this year I'm actually not too unhappy with it being over. Just saying. Okay, game, are you loading something? I'm assuming you are.
You're the captain who Aldi's invited to parley, ain't you?
Need something like this.
Keep an eye out.
Sticking beneath his one eye that isn't covered by a black patch.
It's so I can provide you an escort when you arrive.
Well, lead
Right
on.
this way, Captain. It's my pleasure to show our honoured guest around. Aye, it sure is.
You sound like you're plotting my demise, but I will warn you right then and there. Don't try anything. You're going to die. I mean, quite literally, I'm going to murder you and everybody else. The game is like, I'm paused.
You must be Captain. Glad you could make it, Loveson.
Not even using my name, eh? The battle-hardened captain rubs the underside of a chin. She regards you pleasantly. Mist-colored eyes, one raven wing black, the other an icy blue, drove up and down your face.
Like what you see?
Not really. Golden, swollen gleams against the scarred skin of her chest. You notice it. She flips it to reveal the mark of her statues on the other side. Also, pretty damn sure that fireworks have been banned this year. I am not surprised I still hear it though.
The mark on this side, it means I'm the second highest rank on the Council of Captains. I'm but one chair below that cockrot Ferrante.
Here's a nice way of calling someone.
Now, I know I offered you a full parley, but I'm a pirate, which means I'm loyal to my crew. But otherwise, I lie whenever it benefits me.
Yeah, you wanna die?
You killed my fourth chair and a damn good friend. A part of me might be impressed, but a part of me wants to flay the skin from your face. Understand?
Yes, very, very. Woohoo, I'm so scared.
If you've an explanation, I'd advise you to give it up real quick.
Despite the violence swirling above her words, she purses her lips, eager for your answer. We could go that way. First chair.
Don't think you'll deflect me, Loveson. Benworth was one of my captains, in addition to being one of the 7 seat holders on the council.
Okay, so that's what you meant.
You cut off my right hand. How do you plan to replace it?
I'll just take a seat on the council.
Only so long as you're loyal to me, you will. But someone's got to fill his seat. Suppose you were to throw your weight behind mine.
Do I really want to, though?
I think you're seeing the way of things. How we might come to a beneficial agreement.
She winks a blue eye, clicking here, sullen in the end of a chain.
Now that we've got that out of the way, I'll admit, I really like you, Captain.
That's nice. That's
You've
nice.
got guts, and not just smattered in your hair.
Well, no, I got some in me too, you know, otherwise living would be kind of difficult.
I'd like to make you a deal. Forgive me for dragging you all this way, but I find the proposition of a partnership best works in person.
Yes, get to the fucking point, woman.
Me and mine within the Principe would make for powerful allies on your side. But would you give us loyalty in return? That I'd like to know.
Perhaps or perhaps not.
You're the cautious type. I can respect that. Or maybe
Don't look me up with your discolored eye.
you just like to be wooed. But is it gold, booze, or power you're after? I'll offer you all 3, and some, if you join with me. But I like to be courted too, Loveson. And I always come first.
Well, then you have mastered the high art of masturbation, I see. That's good for you. Quite proud of you. Now, back to business.
Say you wanted to entice an alliance of like-minded captains.
Uh-huh.
You might start by aiding one of my best in Nekataka. She smuggles through the Undercroft.
Well, we're gonna go there anyway, so I guess accepting a bit of a side quest is not a bad deal for us.
Goes by the name of Mad Morena, she does. And let me tell you, Dove, she's earned the moniker.
Gandacroft.
It's a hidden port.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure you'll find it, unaided by me.
Can't really be that hard to find.
You've a bright future ahead of you, Watcher. See that you don't tarnish it by flying the wrong pirate's flag.
I'm not gonna
Out
fucking
with the
fly a
sail and
pirate's
in with
flag.
the new, I know you've met with Ferrante. That you may even be working for him.
Well, somewhat, yeah.
That pribbling cock-rot.
But you stop calling him a cockrot. I'm pretty sure he's not that bad. Flick of a fingers, the captain swipes a goblet of God's killer rum off her desk. She takes a long swig before pointing at you. Don't drink and drive.
That doesn't
Pretty sure
mean
that's true
you
for ships
can't
too.
partner with me instead. Don't do anything to let him catch on. Just keep me appraised of certain future events as they shape up.
You wanted me to spy for you, aye?
How clever you are.
She wiggles her brows cheekily over her mist-colored eyes like, yeah.
No need to commit to it now.
Mm.
You just think on it the next time you're toiling for a man who'd happily gut you. After you've done his bidding.
I would
Give him
kinda like
half
to
a
point
chance.
out that you're... Forced captain, seat holder, whatever you want to call him. Ben something. Actually tried to gut me too. Say now, you're really, not making it for good, but also your weapon is kind of poisonous, isn't it? It's dripping down your feet, on your carpet. That's... Pretty sure that's even worse than having the kitty vomit all over it.
When the time's right, we'll set our strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what can I do, you lovesome?
I'm actually surprised that she's that bloody talkative about her betrayal of the Principe. Tell me about the Duplat and the
We're
Principe.
the future, and we ain't going nowhere.
Well,
We're pirates, lovesome. We own this sea, and the sea loves us back in her twisted way.
which means the sea's having a field day using its most giant of strap-on dildos on your rear side, most of the times, which is what the sea usually does to seafaring vessels and its crew. He's a bit of a harsh mistress, basically.
Ferrante pines for a homeland he's never seen.
Mm-hmm.
But what does old Valia mean to me or my crew? We're not Valian, and we never will be.
Why did you join up with the fucking Principe in the first place?
Though if you're Valian and you want to join our bloodline, you're more than welcome.
I ran you founded by the refugees from Alvalia.
Generations ago, and I grew like a weed in the deerwood, you see? You say Consueglo me casitas. I say Council of Captains. You say Principe. I say best pirates in the Deadfire. You say Swollenet. I say, well, some things stay the same.
Oh, what sort of things do you like to do in your leisure time?
What? Like for hobbies?
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, when you meet somebody new, it's always a nice topic like, hey, what's your hobbies? I like playing games, you know, watching anime sometimes, reading some manga, you know, getting annoyed by IDW, stuff like that. We all need our hobbies.
When I'm not out plundering the seas, I'm right here ruling my fleet. Suppose I like a good bit of target practice. And of course, who doesn't like rum and a hot bath?
You, a pirated base, destroyed my immersion. 0 out of 10. You're dead to your death to me.
The same?
But just looking at this picture, it's like, yes, I could go for it right now, in fact.
Well, sure. You're welcome to use mine. But perhaps later, when there's less of a crowd around.
I mean, to be fair, it would do probably wonders for morale around, you know. The captain and my little smaxy bitch here does a bit of a, you know, bust-up number, let's just say. Anything else I can say here?
We're the future.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
Pavarante,
yep,
though,
yep,
if
yep.
you're Valian, and
I see.
I believe you. You seem like a sharp captain, you do.
I'm a sharp tool. Ahoy, Captain.
Leave it to me.
Well, apparently you don't really care about me stealing your shit. I think we're gonna get good. We're gonna be good friends here. If that's how we want to deal with this. I like it. Natural slice scattered amongst the ashes.
I don't be supposing we keep... Yeah, blow it up. Swapped and sparkling, Captain.
Nice. Pirate was more than willing to be like, yes, sure, take some of my stuff. I don't even give a shit. I have more stuff than that lying around in my secret cave. That's, yes, somewhat pleasant. I'm pretty sure everything else we have plundered. Well, apart from what we couldn't plunder because we have too much of it. That's a fair point, I'd say. Very fair point. Now then, I guess we kinda thought we would get a bit more of a direct quest thing going on. Since we didn't, however, we're kinda Bit of a strange position now.
Leave it to me.
Well. Kinda puts me on the spot because I don't really want to go to Nikata just yet, basically. Seems like the next big hub for questing. And I do like to save that up and then doing basically a whole episode just in Nikata, I think it is called. My naming memory is really not good. I know. Names are not my strong suit.
Care to have a look? Right away.
Okay. Ship stuff? Yeah, apparently not. I mean, I guess I could buy more of that, but I think we already have a nice, very nice supply of that already, so it's actually not. You're not really the ship supplier, are you? First mate Maburi.
Are you ready to meet our Well, she didn't say I had to show you right up. I'll send someone to tell her you're here. Give her some time. You know where to find me if...
Yeah, but we already, did do all that, so kind of pointless to just sit around here doing nothing. What the ban? I can't really do my usual shopping here, though. Okay, let's actually jump from island to island and see if there's any sort of side quests we can do. Any of the islands that is not going to murder us. Yes, down here we have something that we can do. That still looks horrible. That still looks horrible. That still looks very horrible. Yeah, that's the one we just did, basically. Okay, so for the areas we know of, only the Temple of Tangalura seems like one we can do. Good thing is Port Margé is actually on the way, so we can sail to Port Margé, buy some more medicine, maybe even sell some stuff. Personal inventory. Does we... Yes, we do. We do have stuff in his inventory. As for drinks, everybody should have at least 5 drinks, at least 5 standard drinks. I think that would be most pleasant. But yeah, I mean, as for our later evening entertainment, I'm pretty sure you can guess without much further ado that the game I would probably default to would probably be Nier Automata. I mean, I'm not much of a surprise person. I'm very much aware that I tend to be somewhat stoically repetitive sometimes. And honestly, I personally do not find that bad at all. Okay, as for me ship. We do have the Sails of Bearers, so I guess we don't really need much. I mean, minus 2 sail health, that's not good. More travel speed and combat speed. Yes, that's enough, I suppose. Oh, that's a sailor. Novice deckhand. That's interesting. Give it that much. Deckhands. You are already a masterful deckhand, so I guess you must return to the shipyard at Nikata to change the slot. Oh damn. Now I actually have a reason to go back to Nikata. Well, back to, I say. I've never been there. Yeah. Honestly, so far, I will say this. List of Eternity is of course already special because you need to kinda like the CRPG things to begin with. But Pillars of Eternity 2 has the added challenge, quote unquote, of imposing its parity theme on you. It's not really bad, and it's not that overwhelming that I'm feeling bad about it, but Oh, hello there, it's Soviet. Light fog curls about your ankles. Breathless, whispering voices call to you from the darkness. They cry in half-uttered sentences, in moans, gurgles, screams. A few words you can make out among the chorus, beg for mercy, for an end to their pain. Well, step into the fog. Wisps the wind around your torso and cling to your skin. Cries become shouts. The chorus screams. The fog thickens until you see nothing but its swirling, ghostly shape. Dark forms appear in the fog, encircle you one moment and disappear the next. Okay, let's try to have Zodi use her little lantern. Take time for your lost to find the light. Drops all the souls. Roop, gone. Landsfog swirls into Shooty's lantern. You hear the faint think of metal striking the ground. You bend down to examine it and discover a small necklace. The stone at its center sparkles with the red of fire dancing. Flame. Oh right, actually yeah, you mentioned it, didn't you? You have Hoi 4 now, and also 4 DLCs. I should probably do a bit of a game then, sooner than later, rather. Unhindered by the fog, you're now free to continue exploring the island. Nice. And we got Ellevine's Locket. More accuracy against spirits, that's not bad, and intellect. Nice. That would be a good time. Oh, actually, right. Since I actually, I was kind of wondering, I have a bit more time tomorrow because, well, it's, you know, a free day, and I only have stuff to do in the morning, so I guess from midday to afternoon, can have all the time. And since Hoi 4 actually takes a lot of time, if you have yourself some time on your hands, little Soviet, you can play. It doesn't matter, if we play together, you're gonna get all the DLCs anyway unlocked because, well, that's how Paradox works. At least that much fairness they have for multiplayer. Zift through the package. Just water. Principe colors. Nice. Nice. So if you have some time tomorrow, we can probably do a bit of a nice training run. For you now. Can see what the game does to you if it has all of the DLC running. Which, to be fair, most of the DLC is actually kinda nice. Temple of Tangaloa Ruins. Because today I have a bit of a eatery of my very own. Ahead of you lie the ruins of an ancient complex. So near the tumbled-down stone entrance, you notice several curious drawings scrawled across the stone in a flecking brown paint. You bend down to get a better look, discovered that the drawings depict violent images of decapitations and dismemberings, hangings, and sundry other terrors. That's nice. I won't say it. Light from distant torches flickers on the ruined walls. Unintelligible words float to you on a breeze that reeks of carrion and like tang of blood. We'll see how much those hold up. Because I've heard many people say, like, I have good templates. And then you actually try them in practice and they are totally overloaded and it takes like a million years to actually produce them. And I'm sitting here like, that's not good. Believe me, I've seen it happening. Sometimes less is a lot more. But we'll see. Because today we're gonna play this and later we're gonna play some fun game. Right now I'm actually between two potentially very fun games. So having a bit of a contrast. Come on. You got everything, you don't have attrition. You do know that attrition is basically one of the basic bitch things that you always will have to deal with.
We got ribs last night.
It's basically, you know, very much part of the combat. See, you need to make them practical. That's actually the first rule of any good warfare. It needs to be very much practical. And producible in large numbers, because let me be very honest, otherwise you will run out so fucking fast you will not know what hit you. Don't worry, we'll try some more things out. Generally speaking, there are quite a few fun things you can do in Hoi 4. And I mean, I'm not an expert and I can get some fun. Yes, if you can actually afford panzers. Because, you know, panzers, especially the heavier variants, really, really pricey, especially if you upgrade them later on. That's actually part of the problem, you could say. And yeah, I'm actually somewhat looking forward to that. Yeah, it's a good plan. They are not, but they're also not that good because light panzers do not have nearly as much breakthrough as the medium one. Or the heavy ones, for that matter. But they're a good start. Have some light panzers, that is not bad. Have too many of them and you're kind of going to end up feeling very, very, very sorry for yourself. Reinforcing that is a pain in the ass. They are fast, I give them that much. If nothing else, they're fucking fast. Comparatively speaking to, you know, infantry. Honestly, depending a bit on which country you play, even fucking cavalry can be useful. Come on. Reduced healing, I don't care. Whoop, he's dead. Well, a few crazy people murdering things, not a problem. Game's like, I will not let you pick that up. See, now we have a nice little date for tomorrow. That does sound nice, doesn't it? Play around with some OF4. Kicking some asses and getting asses kicked in return, because at some point, when I get tired in the air, it's just going to slowly but surely force you back. Happens all the time. At least to me. Okay. The Red-Handed seems like a very telling name. But before we talk to it, let's see if there's anything more here that we need to be concerned about. Actually, it does seem like we have cleared out the area. It's kind of neat. Neat. Some of the bones on the pilar, cracked and bleached with age. Well, I guess this has been going on for quite a while then, I would say. Okay. You find a middle-aged dwarf, tied to a post, pile of bloody refuse scattered at his feet. His beard is a matted mess, his face is streaked with dirt. Despite his haggard state, he twists against his bounds when you approach.
Bless your neckers. You're just in time. Another moment more and I would have been dinner.
I don't like the way you're talking like some Sazna, you bloody asshole. Who are you?
Jordan, red-handed of the imposters of men.
Well,
formerly of the imposters of men.
I knew he would be like, well.
Something of a lifelong deckhand I am. Picked up cooking in the last few months too. Meat's my speciality. On account of the, well, you know, the business here with the cannibalism.
So what happened here? Precisely. Cannibalism is a wide field.
I'm afraid to say. Our ship, a beautiful ship she was too, ran aground in a storm. Waves so high we couldn't see a damn thing, you understand? Come to discover this here island's about as barren as an ancient lecher's bed. Not a scrap of nothing edible on it. And none of us were especially keen to take our turn about the wheel, so... As the months wore on and no one came looking for us, we started running low on crew and, victuals. I think what few of us were left here at the end might have gone a little nutty. My wrists thank you mightily.
Takes a moment to flex and bend his hands, working the circulation back into them. His lips twist into a grimace when he runs his fingers over the deep bruises the ropes left.
Say, you got a ship? Couldn't get here without one, right? You by chance have any spots open for an old dwarf like me? I might not look it, but I'm a deft hand with the rigging. Can even cook some.
I don't know if I want a cannibal cooking my meat, but... well, sure.
I owe you one, Captain. A death like this, I'm not sure I'll ever be able to repay you.
Just don't remember that the next time you get hungry, if you eat my crew, I'm going to...
You like stew?
Do something to you.
I got a great recipe. Flavor's real different, like nothing you ever tasted. I'll make it for you. You know, and thanks.
Use a quick wink and a nod before heading back to the ship. I just let a cannibal on my ship. That's a bad idea, if I ever hit one. I'm going to come to regret it, aren't I? Okay, first things first, we should probably spend that level up. Now I need to look at my cool little list, because I actually write down things. Smart person. I am for athletics, and I'm into history and intimidate. Nice. Now then, skills, 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 more skills. What do we want to do? To come back, right? I remember that. To summon all their strength and blah blah. Let's just give me something to my. Also convert summits to crits. Okay, can I have all of those at the same time? I'm increasing the stride and disengagement defense. I'm kinda scared that it is actually just modi things. Yeah, because that would... I mean, not really. Since I can't really do it like this, if I can do it still, that probably means that I can have them all. Then they either end up as different orders or at a combined effect. That would be awesome. I mean, I guess we're gonna try it out. Oh, I can get a new weapon. I mean, we already have the great sword. And the sword. Kinda would like to have another one. Is there another one? The pike. I think S-stocks are actually quite common, so let's actually take the S-stock. Because I think there are actually quite a few nice S-stocks, if memory serves. Now for my little saffron rice, you are... Honestly, sleight of hand we can probably ignore. Mechanics and stealth is probably what you're going to be at, and you are also getting trained in insight and bluff. Apparently. But I guess we need those two. Then against additional defense against disengagement. Able to use the echoes of time to drive home strikes from the weapons, increasing their penetration. More pen for your weapon, it's not bad. Then you only want to target these as will. And there are some nice things. I guess the psychic backlash is for the moment not a bad choice at all. And you're good with battle axe. And since you're using two weapons, dagger would probably be a wise choice. It's always a nice second hand weapon. That sounds wrong. Off-hand weapon is the right word, isn't it? Yes, yes. And if you only really get metaphysics of memory reserves. And Arcana. So many nice spells in there. Full of error. Tentacles, of course, because, well, no one can survive without tentacles. Minor Grimoire imprint to one free spell from the target's wizardry or priest spell list. Kinda neat, but kinda random. Justification of the cast and one ally. Not necessarily a bad spell. Let's go for Minolita's spells too. Those are kinda neat. Learn the last of the magic ones. Right, little shouty. Diplomacy and religion. Diplomacy, religion. So more diplomacy it is. Alchemy. And then when casting to the area of effect spells, gain the ability to increase or decrease the size of the area at cost or benefit of power level. I mean, yeah and no, I say, you know, it's kind of difficult to make a good choice here. Hey, what's condemnation, inspiration? I guess devotion for the faithful does sound nice. Accuracy bonuses are always nice, basically. That's putting it very mildly. And you can do with the... I guess the Arbalest is not a bad choice. Was you're going to stand behind and in the rear line. As long as I can help it, actually. Streetwise and survival. And a few explosives mixed in. And let's see here. The damage bonus to the fighter's proficient weapons. That's actually neato. With an O at the end, a lot big neato. Saber. Rape. Dagger. I mean, Warhammer sounds kinda cool, if I have to say. But damn it today, you make me want to smoke my own pipe. Do we need a distance weapon on you? Honestly, I don't think you're gonna be much use with that anyway, so... Well, I guess the Warhammer it is. And in Jyoti. Jyoti sways on her feet, a soft low moan easing from her throat. Drops a thumb over worry-bitten lips. Feeling okay? Sweat trickles a line from her temple to drip from her chin. Eyes are hazy, far off.
Watcher?
Yes, who else? Slowly she sweaters, throat working to bring her voice back, or to keep her meal down.
It's nothing but awakened terror. Soon to pass.
She shudders hard, coming back to herself.
You may want to aim away from our watcher there if it's gonna pass out of your mouth.
And a very good point.
Sorry. I know you're going through something there.
I mean, he's making a good point. If you actually vomit all over me, I'm gonna get somewhat pissed.
You could call it something, alright.
She tilts her head, brow pinched as if she can't tell if he's poking fun at her or not. Want to talk about
Now,
it?
there's no need for that. Unless...
She jerks her chin to the right.
You see those shambling corpses too?
She hastily whispered words. The hair on the back of your neck stands on end. You glance around, just to be safe, but there's nothing to be seen. Nothing unusual anyway, given the direction Zodi's staring are fixed. What do you see?
I see a body of stitched together parts and flayed flesh. It's got 3 heads and 4 stretched limbs.
Interesting.
On each of its heads curves 3 white horns from above 3 blind eyes.
Sounds like something only a priest would say, and then ask money for it.
As big as a mountain, and shambling toward us beneath the sun turned black as slow.
Her eyes roll skyward. The cheetah's on her heels, as if she's riding the cusp of a sheezer. Lantern rattles in her grip. She exhales a sigh.
I know it ain't really there.
Yeah, no shit.
Lately, it's been getting worse. Some nights I wake sweaty and shaken. Other times, I'm already awake.
So you haven't slept for a while and you wonder why you're getting somewhat delusional. Get a fucking good night's sleep, woman.
I got my eyes wide open, staring down the darkness, watching one lantern after another flickering out. And every soul looks so ripe, darn near rotten with a need for reaping.
But what does that mean?
Dark days are coming for Kithkind. When the last light of hell burns out, the final harvest will be upon us.
Well, shit.
I think we might all die out.
I will at some point, but, you know, let's find a fucking future.
But does Gon want me to stop it? Or to help?
We can relight the lanterns of hell. Given enough time, all is not
I
lost.
sure hope you're right, Watcher. 'Cause if you're wrong...
Nervously, she jiggles the lantern, eyes lost in its flames.
I know you're right. Gon's chosen me. So until I figure out what's needed of me, I'll do my darndest to help you on your path. We'll figure this out together.
We will. Is there anything we can do to alleviate your nightmares?
I'm carrying more souls than I've ever shepherded before. So I don't know that it'll work this time, but used to be. When the dreams were riding me hard, I'd cleanse my soul before Gon.
So you bend your knees and go like, please go on, be nice.
If we stop by the temple in Nekataka, I can perform the ritual. Please, I need the relief. It won't take more than a minute under Gon's statue, that's all.
You sound like a bloody addict. Like, please give me heroin, I need it. Just 1 minute under Gon's statue. One single, heated spoonful and filled into a nice little syringe. Let's not go there. Oh, well, I guess we now have a new goal. Shoti's very own little heroin party. Great. I see that I've picked up a few interesting companions. I mean, my old companions had problems too, like the grieving mother. Yes, a very big problem actually. But she didn't make it that obvious. She did sound like a fucking insane one. And no, my naming sense is special. Don't even comment on it. Have you ever wondered how I come up with my one-liners for, titles? This is basically the process. I'm seeing something, I'm thinking something, I think it's fun, and I kind of edit. And I'm like, no, I'm done with that now. Don't judge me. At least not too harshly, please. Now then, we have done everything, but Nikajaka, that was the name, I'd already forgotten, is still a bit far away, so I guess we're gonna do another bit of an exploratory thing. Because, we can. Why shouldn't we? We still have a lot of food, a lot of water, my medicine stock is full, we have some bullets. Honestly, everything that is, bigger than my little sloop is basically, not really something I want to deal with. Merchant. I do know that there are some slave thingies around. Furnace of the Many Eyes, yeah. I think red dots are basically, as you would, assume, a bad thing. Ooh, there's a storm. Free XP! Free XP for my crew! We've done this a few times already. Let's give it a head. Give me the Sherman, little Shoti. Assign crew duties, assign deckhand duties, everyone into the rigging. Fiddle, make yourself fit, and give people something to eat. That's enough. The holy course! Give them some medicine so they can throw up in peace. By holding course. Storm has passed. By the time we actually get to Nikitaka, we do a full... Shit, that's slavers. Oh shit, that's slavers. And there's a galleon. Oh shit, it's a galleon. Oh shit no. Oh shit no. I'm not gonna fight I'm not fighting a fucking galleon with my sloop. I'm not an expert, but the sheer size difference is going to screw me over somewhat fiercely. I ain't gonna go there. Let's just say. Dissidia, wherever you are. If you're sailing more than a sloop, we're probably not going to meet yet, but let me take a look at you. A part of the Valiant Trading Company, yeah? I guess you're some kind of merchant, I guess. Abandoned village. Let's check it out then, shall we? I do like it though, the mobile base thing. Be it a boat or be it an airship or something like this, to take one of the, very old and classical ones from especially JRPGs of the past, where the basically the biggest base and thing you had. The home basically was an airship. It's actually something I do kind of enjoy, especially if it's like this, where you can interact with it a bit in the modifying way. You can make it bigger. We can actually get bigger boats later on, which is kind of really cool. You have some real giant boats and you fuck up everyone in your way. Sheer power of cannons. I like it. It's actually a nice concept, and I really wish more people would do it it doesn't really need to be, you know, you don't need to make it overly complex, mind you. Just like this, it's simple. It's a very simple system, actually. It's a nice system. Such a nice system. Really would like to, you know, have more of that. Thora spent wandering through the desert. You stumble into a lush oasis, nestled against the base of a massive pyramid. You search for an entrance and finally spy one at the very top of a long staircase. Ascend the pyramid. It's a tough climb, but it doesn't stop you. Drenched in sweat, you finally enter the welcome shade of the room at the top of the pyramid, only to find your worst enemy. Actually, who would be your worst enemy at this point in time? Technically speaking, we are at a level where we fight the gods.
Someone really ought to be tending those.
Actually, this portrays something. We don't care. We're here for adventure. Adventure! Oh! Hmm. 10 out of 10 people say there's going to be enemies here. 10 out of 10 people will not be wrong. I can tell you that much. Statue decorating a small shrine has been dusted and polished to a shine. You're stuck fast. There's a spirit there. That's promising.
You hear that? Whispers in the darkness. Whispers from the grave.
Do you hear that?
Kinda. Sounds a bit like an engine. Broken engine, mind you, but an engine. The translucent visage of an Alden grows before you. As you approach, it shimmers. You swell out by a tide of bewilderment. Shout. As your mind strains toward the confused soul, the presence of other spirits begins to prick at the edge of your awareness. You sense their rage is directed not only at the bright soul, but at your intrusion. A rush of grisly images flash before you. Sadistic murders, violent torture, and worse. Then of spiteful whispers assault your mind. Depraved souls relieve their gruesome crimes. They take glee in the terror of their victims. The confusion of the bright soul lessens. Broadened by your presence, it shines with a steady azure glow. The whispering sounds retreat to the shadows. Your mind clears. Extend your perception to the bright soul that reaches out to you in turn. The world slips away. You wake with a start, unable to breathe. Someone covers your mouth with their hand. Their grip so tight you can taste the salt in their sweat. You're hauled from your bed by three dark figures. They drag you screaming down the stairs and toss you into the road. Stumble to your feet and you'll be painfully thrown back down. Taut ropes bite into the flesh of your wrists. The murderer accuses one. Betrayer, shouts another. Your neighbors watch from their windows, mouths agape. None of them come to help. They turn away as you scream their names. You feel a jolt on the back of your head, and darkness envelops you. When you come to, your knees ache against cobble and stone. Betrayed nothing, killed no one. Confusion and pain swelled in each panicked plea. Ardent eyes stare back at you through slits. Great passionless masked. You find no reprieve in them. Words are spoken, but lost within the rhythmic pounding in your head. This can't be happening. The masked figure demands justice. Sword swirls, and you feel the hot bite of steel against your neck. Oblivion rolls over you like a tide. Abruptly, you find yourself back in the ruin. A confused spirit pleads to you without words, its shimmering glow almost childlike. You're executed for a crime you didn't commit. It wasn't your fault.
If you've seen what you need to see, Watcher, I'd like to fulfill my duty and reap this soul. Will you allow it?
Well, go ahead, I guess. A rattling shake, the lantern's otherworldly flares. The soul is sucked inside. Just shudder. Rex shoot you forward. She moans, sweat beating on her brow. Jealous whispers return with renewed malice. The guilt of the damned bears down upon you. An unholy chill that sinks deep into your bones, your very marrow running cold as ice. Unnatural shadows dance in the darkness around you.
trouble.
Yeah, that should actually be dealt with relatively easy. Yeah, that's precisely what I was thinking. Which the only reason why I've allowed them to, you know, just continue. I mean, there are many dead things here.
Leave it to me.
I was kind of expecting, you know, a bit more of a long-running one. Oh boy, this is... We find all of the pleasant places in the Deathfire Archipelago, don't we? Really, just the most pleasant ones. Full of pleasantness. Where the good and the just prevail and all of that. Well, something like that, I guess. The world is full of bad people. Apparently. Bloody note. Dangerous creatures have made this sacred place their home. If it is Warwick's will that they remain, it is not our place to disturb them. Further, remember we are not here as looters. Anyone caught thieving will meet this shameless justice. Let Katrina's death be an example to you all. Apparently an Inquisitor.
Why not?
Didn't do much of a good job.
Watch out.
I wish I could.
Nice. Honestly, not really the sort of combat where we need to do much. And I feel it is going to work out in a very obvious way. Namely that we're going to go all the way down. Then we'll have to fight all our way back up again against ever stronger enemies. It's just a naked corpse here. Let's not think about that. I do love that it's like, we are not PS plunderers, and I'm sitting here like, no, I'm absolutely very much precisely here just for that. Also, there's a deserted cat. How does... Well,
Sure.
how do you going to question it? Because it's a cat. Cats are literally capable of appearing everywhere and anywhere, given even a second
Look at this.
of, you know, not looking at them directly in the face. I know. It's just how cats are. Yeah, seems to be more to this room than I originally anticipated. Which is good. This is a door. The crush of time has significantly weakened the section of wall. I feel a slight breeze coming through the cracks between the stone. I suspect that the wall will come right down with a little bit of force. Well, let's get everybody closer then. That I can use somebody who actually has muscles. Who has the biggest muscles? Actually, me and Adair. Okay, bomb the wall with a fucking grenade then. That did sound neat. I did like the sound effect there. Okay, now the question is, can we actually get all the way back there? But I guess we can. Yes, we can. There's the deserted cat. Troop. Peter. Picked up a Peter.
Be ready to be shown another. See how much me too.
Take this.
And the tank spawns. Well, I don't think we need to worry too much. Honestly, the situation is quite controlled at this point. Ah, yeah, water. Water is a bit of a pain to deal with. Ouch. Not the best spell, honestly, for this situation. It will, given enough time. You got charmed. Well.
Can't take much more.
Stop being charmed, you idiot. You make me want to kill you. Well then, I guess with that out of the way, the only way we have left is down. Curse of a trophy. Actually, I wonder where they picked that up. I guess by destroying that one thing quite a while ago. I think we haven't actually rested since then. Which would kind of explain where the curse of a trophy comes from. Not the most pleasant of situations. Still don't think we will have much of a problem, actually. I mean, to be very much clear with you, so far things weren't really difficult. Rather, all things considered, reasonably easy, actually. Another dead body.
Let's go.
Well, I was actually not expecting that.
This ends here. Take this.
Bling, 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 bling. I do love spells like that. Press that target one enemy, then jump around. Especially if they have, you know, a few meters. Yeah. This could very well have ended so much horrible. Admittedly. Come on.
Why not? Good thing I saw him first.
Yeah, but no. I think this one is actually going to help me better. Okay. One of the main problems is actually if the target dies, it's not going to have the effect I'm wishing for.
Let's go.
It's kind of not so nice. It's kind of bad, actually. Really have to take a bit more of a concentration check for this, basically.
That's it.
This ends here. Let's do this.
Meditation chamber my ass. How can you meditate when black ooze come out of the water, eh?
Indeed.
Not very relaxing, I would say. Then again, to be completely fair, this whole place is not really the definition of relaxing.
If that's a baby Zorup, his mama must be half as tall as this whole building.
Yeah, people. Dead people with enchanted equipment, though. I can get behind that. Just from a plunderer's perspective, though. Used by the Sanctum. Fine, interesting. Makes you wonder what sort of horrible nonsense goes on down here. I mean, it's pretty damn obvious it's a, well, a former temple to Warwicker.
Leave it to me.
So to say, stealing shit is basically
Yourself a look at that, mate.
what I exist for. Many a trap. Is it just me, or is this place actually really, really dark? I mean, I guess this is part where you're supposed to actually, you know, have your characters equip torches and stuff, because, well, that would be realistic to do. But the question is, do you want to do that?
Be ready. You're showing them the light, lass.
He'll fall by my...
Undead, eh? That's great, I guess. Mm-hmm.
You like that?
You be right screwed.
You just fight him.
Let's go.
Bling, bling, bling. Nice. So far, so good.
I hear you.
Works rather nicely. You do have to remember that healing spirits are very much unhealthy to the undead. Looks like a bit of a charm, I would say. Wheel of Allure. Missing by the thick layer of dust on these stone slabs. They haven't been used recently. But rolled with the teeming of countless tiny maggots. Pleasant. Pleasant indeed.
Huh. You look at this.
Okay, but seriously, it's getting dark in here. Aha! I found light. Not much light, mind you, but light. Actually looks pretty damn awesome, actually. Do like the lightning and shadow effects. Well, 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 will you look at that?
By decree of the Queen that was and the will of the Steel Garrote, you will meet justice. Kneel, Oswald, and be tried for your crimes.
Wait! I can pay you. I can make you all rich. Just let me go.
Your bribes fall on deaf ears,
Need
Oathbreaker.
I remind
we
you
seek
of what
only
happened the
to
last
exact
time we
Woodica's
interrupted
justice.
a trial?
Huh? What?
As you enter the large chamber at the bottom of the pyramid, you notice a sizable group of well-armed people dressed in the remnants of the Steel Garrote. At the center of the group kneels a man bound at the wrists. He looks around wildly, his eyes widen and they fall on you. Before the leading man towers an imposing woman, face obscured by the severe lines of a Wodican mask.
You intrude on the deliberations of the Court of Woodica, outsider. Choose your next actions carefully, lest the Queen that was turn her gaze to you as well.
Ho 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 ho. The man on the floor is an elderly elf, clad in dirty clothes, his face contorted in the expression of a concerned, cornered animal.
Thank the gods, please! Get me out of here! They're mad! They're all mad! They mean to put me on trial for oath-breaking of all things. They say I betrayed the Idiran Empire, but I haven't been back there in over 100 years.
Be silent, or I will make you so. State your purpose now, or die with him.
He turns her steely gaze on you. Through the slits in her mask, you can just see the glint of her eyes. Cross your arms and skull.
You shall meet your end here, in the holy court of Woodica, as will he. I pray your soul learns from your mistakes on its next turn about the wheel.
That's not a very nice thing. I just stood there, crossed my arms, and she's like, I'm going to murder you now. Ah, my formation got fucked, isn't it? Well, she doesn't have anything left here. Let's go for a healing circle. Linked up to the face of temporal face consumes energy in the unit, lowering their melee accuracy and doing critical hits to hits. Not really enough area.
Sure thing.
Hook. That goes rather well so far, I'd say. That actually works rather well. That nice little electro bullet. Nice. Death take you. No. Little paladin just goes like, whoop, I'm going to smack you at the face now. Well, Woodika, I have not forgotten how much of a bitch you have been in the past. Especially with the leaden key nonsense.
Got it.
Let's just say I'm many, many great things, but I'm not willing to forgive easily. The statue of Woodika extends so far below you that you can't see its feet. Well, the good thing is we don't have a feet fetish anyway, so screw you.
I owe you a debt too large to repay, stranger.
He wrings his hands and gives you a shaky smile.
How did you ever find me all the way out here? Did Inalis send you?
Who?
A friend from the Wild Mare in Neketaka. You know, or maybe you don't. Well, never mind that.
A deep red blush creeps across his wrinkled cheeks.
Those steel garrote zealots have been after me for decades. Good riddance.
How about my reward?
Ah, yes. Yes, indeed.
His attention is suddenly diverted by an apparently fascinating stain on the hem of his robe. Inside, you're broke, aren't you?
Yes. Unfortunate business mishap. You know how it is, I'm sure?
No, I don't. He titters nervously and twists the hem of his robe in his hands, unwilling to meet your eyes. Intimidated. Don't make me grab you by the ankles and shake.
Shake all you like. You'll find naught but some lint and a mouldering old handkerchief. Well, and this old ring. It's the last possession of any value I own. Here, take it. For your trouble.
Nice. He presses a simple length of string, twisted into a makeshift ring into your palm and knots. Small frown tugging at the corner of his lips.
You have a ship, don't you? Of course you do. How else would you have gotten to this benighted island?
Well, good point.
Let me join your crew.
Why did the Inquisitor have you enjoy it exactly?
After what you did for me, well, I suppose you have the right to hear the truth of things. The whole truth, rather.
Well, yeah, start talking, bitch.
You remember that the Deerwood was once a colony of Adir, yes? Well, I was one of the first colonists to set foot on that benighted continent. When it became evident the Deerwood intended to revolt, I took their side in the War of Defiance against the country of my birth. I'm sure you'll be astounded to learn the powers that be in Adir didn't much like that. The Steel Garrot's been after me for my grave transgression ever since.
It was over 150 years ago. I've been hunting you all this time.
Those Steel Garrot hounds are relentless.
Apparently, that takes some real dedication to your job.
But it should be a couple of years before they find me again, thanks to you, at least. I
Oh.
hope as much.
What could you offer me?
It's no secret I'm an old man. Now, I might not be able to hoist a mainsail any longer, but I've picked up a thing or two about navigation in my decades of traveling.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I have a need of a reserve
And I
one.
don't care much for coin, I can tell you that. An extra ration of rum here and there, and I'll be perfectly contented.
Well, welcome aboard then.
Thank you, my friend. I owe you a debt twice over.
And for some reason, you know, the secret mechanism of getting out of here quick, hey? And I don't want to sound ungrateful, mind you. I'll take it. Been having a fucking opportunity. That was dark. Dusty. Moldy even, some might say. Not the most pleasant of experience, I'd say. But hey, at least we could kick some Vodka people in the ass. That is kind of pleasant in itself, I must admit. Small revenges against the gods. With every small step, we feel somewhat better about ourselves. And oh boy, is that bitch deserving it. We ain't gonna show any mercy to that. Like, we are the right here. We, well, don't care. Whatever it is. I feel that my character has changed a bit in its journey, you know, coming to here. From a relatively nice person out for money to a relatively unfriendly person who has a set of ideas about the world at this point. Search, search, search. Now then. On we go on a little adventure journey, finding all the cool things. And making use of them, mind you. Making use of them indeed. Also. I do love it. It's nice. These actors are actually not bad. It's a dough. Still a bit above my pay grade. Mostly because I'm just sailing my little sloop. We should upgrade. But well, what can you do, you know? It's not like we can upgrade at this point. We would have to, actually, I think, do we have to go to the shipyard in Nicodoka to do that? Not to say that we will not eventually end up there, but, you know... The Libiwai Islands, apparently. But, you know, that's, where we already were. I quite literally already finished with this particular part of the exploration, if I would dare to say so. I think we kind of drew up a bit more around here, so we can have a bit more exploration up north than on the left-hand side of these islands. Well, but I guess it could be worse. So I guess for the moment our immediate goal should be to actually get to the height of Nikitorke. Should be 1 or 2 more turns basically. Sailing left, right. Right, left, of course. Generally speaking, not really that much in the way of work. Wapu jungle. And a subterranean temple. Also a wildlife company stone anchor. Junk. Oh, it's that again. 2 of my crewmates are playing their game again. Maybe next time. We do kinda need to rest at some point because we did take some damage, mind you. Shit, oh shit, oh shit. Not gonna catch me. You're not gonna catch me. I really need to upgrade my ship though. And I don't mean in upgrading my ship parts, I actually do mean to upgrade the fucking ship. Wait, literally actually. Ah, such a nice little adventure, isn't it? Guess we could probably take this, but... Shit. Not gonna catch me. Fucking gay slavers. No catching me here. Not at all. At least one thing I will give them, even though they have kinda indulged a bit in the whole Pirate of the Caribbean theme, at least the music, you know, at least the music is normal, enjoyable. Oh, hello there. We meet again, a little strategy bombarder. How are you on this fine day? This fine Friday, mind you. 10th of the week. Such pleasant things. The derelict Valian ship. Well, seems there's some booty to be had here. I hope. Biddle points at the ship in distance. Galleon captain, a 3-master. What was? Large remains of the ship's foremast save a splintered stump. And the bowsprit has been sheared off. What are you playing today? Pillars of Eternity 2, to be very precise. The Dead Fire. See how they crippled her. It's the work of pirates. Principally most likely. Probably the upstarts if they are raiding this close to Valian patrol routes. It's a fine game that I'm playing Minecraft, being slightly anxious on how my cat will react to the fireworks. Speaking from experience, because I do own a cat, little kitty, who has some experience with fireworks, mostly a matter of experience. If it's the first time, it's kinda hard to tell, but worst things they're going to run under the next best thing, so prepare something they can run under and hide under, and that should actually be it. My kitty personally has the tendency to just lie on the backrest of my little couch thing, and looks somewhat annoyed whenever there's a loud boom outside. But literally, you can see the annoyance in his eyes. He's like, why, people? Which I always find kind of fun. Also, later on, we're probably going to have a bit of a special New Year's stream, basically. This is actually the whole reason why I'm playing this now, you know, like very, very early, comparatively speaking. Emmeline's in close. They'll have taken any gold, but they might have left supplies. Irene brows down with sweat. Shouldn't stick around. If the Valiant is plundering one of the ships, they won't give us a chance to explain. We're gonna take the salvage. We take a small boarding party and score the Gillian. Most of its cargo and all its crew are missing, but you do find several barrels of fresh water, and a few sacks of dried rice, a coarse meal. Your competent hands make quick work of the task. You turn the ship in order to set sail. We've gained some items. In 1 year my cat is perfectly home, the other year is going to be hiding between my legs and looking at me. Yo, protect him. Salutes. Very well. The crew scans to the posts, eager to be clear of the area. Once the ship has disappeared behind you, the crew abandons the nervous glances for relieved laughter. Yeah, cats can be strange. Personally, my kitty is just, he's just special. I always like to say. You could say he doesn't care much about many things, outside of, you know, this nice little apartment. The argument is, it's those fish again. Okay, check the fish for signs of disease. We've done this before. Let's, Shorty. Display discolored scales and bloated bellies, clear signs of disease. The fish go back into the sea. The good old kitty cats of this world, they can be a strange bunch, sometimes. Like my kitty cat, for example, the whole winter over when I would actually, you know, enjoy his somewhat heating little body, because we could actually save on heating costs, he's like, nope, gonna ignore that. Summer, when it's hot as hell, and I'm like, don't get close to me, I'm going to start sweating just looking at you and your pelt, he's like, yes, no, I want to actually, you know, lie on your little legs and annoy you. Have you tried Empire Total War? I've played Empire Total War when it came out. it's not the best of the Total Wars. Honestly, if you want a, well, gun era Total War game, the two you should go for is either Call of the Samurai or alternatively Napoleon. Because in Napoleon they downgraded the scale quite a bit, but it's a lot more. It is most definitely a bit more interesting, but you know, if it's guns you're aiming for because you like gun combat, line infantry combat basically, honestly I'd say go for Napoleon. They really needed to downscale a bit. Oh well, I guess, I mean, yeah, the Netherlands. That's actually a good choice. Honestly, I would always say play first, damn it later, because well, it's not like I dislike Empire so much that I would never ever play it, but it's most definitely not the most refined of the bunch. But to be fair, it is probably your only good chance to play around with the Netherlands, I guess. So it's an argument, I'll give you that much. To be fair. Personally, I would prefer the good old-fashioned Napoleon because they've got Prussia in it, and I actually do have family ties to Prussia, so what can I say? I'm a simple man. I see Prussia, my head goes like, all hail Prussia. It's not that bad, no. Not unplayable bad or anything. I'm not saying that. It's just really not the best of the bunch. It's, what's the other one? That's actually one I haven't really played around with. I do have it. That's the Britannia one. What's the reason they moved family change to make more light on the price? Yeah. You know, you will always find a reason, or a reasonable way you can explain why you removed something or changed something. It's not that hard. But when you make a product, it's kinda how the people react to it, isn't it? Yeah, they did it. I'm not saying it, as I said, it's not unplayable, but honestly they took it in a direction. The idea was good, the way they implied it, they implemented it is where it kind of broke down. They have talented people, they have good people, they can make really good games. They've proven that. And when you look at what actually came after that with Napoleon, they are pretty damn good at it. But then again, you know, the Total War formula can't be taken much further, otherwise things get very shoddy very, very quickly. An unexpectedly cold wind blows across the deck of the ship, and even after several hours has not abated. At Engram, she knocks on your cabin door. The skin is pale, his throat dotted. Begging your pardon. We've sailed too long without offering her tribute. We don't have the coin to spare. And as I said, they tried something, they did well the second try around. The only problem Napoleon really suffers from is that they downscaled so far. It's got a bit of a problem with that. Oh, look at that. We actually are at the height of Nagasaki now. Well, yeah, apparently got a message by them. Try the critter cleaver. Yeah, what did they after that? As soon as they could, they removed them again. Like, yay, here, take sea battles. And now you play something like 3 Kingdoms, it's like, oh, we have giant rivers everywhere, but we can't have any fucking battles in them, because, well, no. Not even the original naval combat, which was basically just, you know, auto-resolve by numbers. To play Giant Captain of the Defiant, I know what you're thinking. I have too many lovable cats, dogs, pigs, birds, and pigs. Don't know why you mentioned pigs twice, but okay. Like you, I once thought I could take in stray pets, care for their needs, and shower each with equal affection. We limited beings have only so much love to spread around. It's not a matter of love, it's a matter of food. Unpleasant, unfair, and unfortunate. I took it upon myself to optimize affection and curtail my creature care. I bring you the Critter Cleaver. The Cleaver is a handy, FX-free apparatus yanked from a genuine Erythian dig site. Restore to glorious functionality. Simply slide your favorite feline down one end and let the Cleaver do its charm. The rest is yet to come. See, the Cleaver remembers. Stick a white bird in there, it remembers. Purple pig, it remembers. Even remembers your pet's strengths, weaknesses, and favorite places to poop. Fascinating. Now your furry friends isn't going to slide out of the cleaver's business end, same as it went inside. No, they come out different, better, sometimes. That's where it gets fun. Combinations. Want a bird to think like a pig? Want a cat to think like a different, better cat? The cleaver provides. It would be doing me a favor of epic proportions if you gave the critter cleaver a whirl. Once folks are using it, everyone will want a turn. I've moved it to the far wall of the dark cupboard, which is the Pericles Overlook in Nikitarkor. You find the cleaver just due west of the wooden fella. A friend, a fellow animal lover. Yes, I fixed the insert resect bell so that it no longer accepts ornaments. Give it a good scrubbing. You're welcome. The Mountain Blade series. Oh yeah, I actually played the Warband one. And later on I played the, what's it? Yeah. Memory. You fail me once again. The new one, Bannerlord, I think. Actually, I have that too. Played around with it a bit. Well, let me say the following, from, one gamer to another. I will never get tired of talking about games, so do feel free. Indulge yourself and indulge me a bit. I do like it. After all, that's actually a cool thing. The internet provides you with many, many people that it makes it actually easy enough to find people with some common interests. And I mean, I wouldn't be streaming games if I weren't somewhat into games, That's kind of a bit of an interesting point, I'd say. But yeah, Mountain Blade, actually, that's a nice series. I had some fun with it, but honestly, the strength, I think, of the Warbands is actually the mods. Some of those whole conversion mods that change everything around the map and stuff. Really cool stuff. I can tell ya. It's some really nice fun with it. I think there are actually some for more of the bigger universes. I think there's actually a Warcraft one and stuff. Good old Warband. Actually, I think Warband was one of the reasons why not this PC, but the PC beforehand was actually upgraded to its stats, because it kind of ran a bit chunky and I kind of didn't enjoy it, and so I upgraded after, I think, a few years actually. It was about time, but it was a bit of a, final push, like, maybe I could play Warband a bit with a bit more fashion, in a way of speaking. Because what are higher graphics than just basically a fashion statement? War barely. Yeah. Then again, things have come a long way. Even things like Warband are programmed in a very, very nice way, comparatively speaking. I remember how old games did it when they, but literally loaded everything. That wasn't sure. I mean, it works on all systems, because that's basically the only way you could play on, Windows 98 based systems, and to some degree even on XP based systems, but it's one of the reasons why it's so hard to get things to run on more modern systems. Honestly, I had fought tooth and nail for a long time before I decided to go for the fucking Windows 10 thing. How to put this mildly, I regret it to some degree. I liked Windows 7. Windows 7 was okay. Yeah, I think, fairly nowadays, apart from the usual suspects in the AAA area, I'm not a fan of them that much any longer. Many of them who started small and are now, relatively speaking, big numbers, they've kind of fallen, at least, from my personal tastes. Some of the more indie studios and some of the smaller studios in general actually provide a bit more of an entertainment to me personally. Really, honestly, if I at some point would ever be, asked on a big stage podium about my opinions of the gaming industry in general, I would be like, well, probably go indie, eh? And people would be like, well, shit. Imagine getting paid by EA to making a nice spiel and you're like, yeah, I actually don't like EA anymore. Let's actually go for something else. That's one way to ruin your reputation. I guess. Would be fun though. I'm pretty sure that would be one viral video. Good times. Now the question is, what can we go... I guess we kind of have to go to Necrotrocker at this point. I mean, quite literally, we kind of have to do that. We're out of options here. Reset, isn't it? Well, who's once again knocking at my door? Cities usually get brought up too soon. Yeah. Honestly, it's kind of hard. Also, in some cases, when studios actually work themselves, you know, up, make themselves a good reputation and stuff, sometimes they just naturally get a bit too big for the britches. I mean, okay, let's think about a few examples here. We have Blizzard. Blizzard was once really a very much forthcoming and run studio actually. Got quite a bit big. Then there came WoW and everything was nice and dandy. And well, now they're Activision Blizzard and yeah, let's not talk about that now, shall we? EA is, well, EA, so there's not much more to say. Then you have stuff like, well, Paradox Studios, for example, who apart from their horrible DLC policy, which has been, you know, a part of their usual way for long. And Paradox has also gotten a lot farther away from their fan base, which is bad considering it's actually a niche. Anyway, you know, stuff like Victoria and Hero 4 is very much niche. Still, they manage to move away from their fans. Yep, that actually happens quite often. And then there's stuff like Larian Studios, who is a bit of an exception. They have a good name, a good reputation, and a good track record. And then they decided to try their hand at the Baldur's Gate IP, well, which at least in my books, you know, makes them basically a state enemy. An enemy of the state is probably the right way of saying it. An enemy of the state from my personal point of view as me being a state. Yes, that was overly complicated way of saying I don't like it. Ah, Blizzard. I remember the good old days of WoW, you know, when it was first the World of Warcraft and the first two things. I think up until Wrath of the Lich King was kind of cute still, and Cataclysm was also still kind of nice. And then, well, then things got not so nice again. Well, but me, Captain, you have a problem. Okay. Easy strangle Chichibik below decks. Why? I'm going to throw the effigy lover overboard, but it's your ship. Also, we thought you might have a better punishment in mind. Back you see Vanizi, bound and gagged. Chichibik lies against the bulwark. A couple of crew members crouch nearby, tears in their eyes as they lay. You actually killed them, you fucking... I'm going to fucking murder you. Alright, tell me what happened. Nursing a grudge against Chichibik for some time now, but some fling the letterhead in the bar's port. Made no secret of it. Search for Chichibik's soul. You reach out with your senses, searching for any remnants. But nothing. The victim has moved on. Did anyone see this happening? Yeah, let's not go there. The times of DLC have come. Now, back in the days when you actually had to go to the store and buy yourself an expansion pack or just the next part in the series, I kinda miss those days sometimes. Mostly because companies couldn't that frankly rip you off. Good keep never see the murder occur. I mean, I didn't actually see it happen, but someone easy running up from the hole of that happened. It's how far the body. Do I want to whip this guy or do I want to... I mean, he's a murderer and I'm kind of strict on that personal thing. Toss him overboard. Burp. And he screams his innocence, but then he's overboard. Nothing but a muted splash and a few quiet shots. Who claps soon as after. Back for justice, well done. I'm gonna regret that, aren't I? Oh, that was one of my cannoneers. That's what's happening on eBay. Jesus Christ, that's horrible. Cook, deckhand, cook. I don't think we have any good cannoneers. Yes, that is something, I say. Still, you know, kinda annoying. Okay, we need one more deckhand. Are you actually? Yes, you are a very powerful deckhand, actually. You are somewhat of a cannoneer, not a good one. Then again, I haven't really bought anything on here. Oh, I know what I kinda miss. These little booklets you got with the physical things back in the day. Those are kinda neat. I still have some of those around. I think I have the booklets from the original Diablo 2 somewhere around. I actually saw that recently when I was cleaning up something and was looking in my closet. I was like, hey, look at this. It's a blast from the past. Looking at that. They really had some neat stuff in there sometimes, you know, like some art things and other such nonsense. Oh yeah. Pretty sure I have actually that Seeker Slayer Survivor has been installed. You will automatically begin the first quest of this adventure when the steward contacts you after you have progressed. Okay. I'm pretty sure I have some of the stuff lying around. I once had it ordered, but you know, after a few moves, it's just all over the place. I'm pretty sure that's in like, shit. At this point, like 20 different boxes all over the fucking place. Okay, I actually, okay, you're sailing up. Ah man, just sometimes I miss the olden days. I don't want to, you know, be the old fat who's like, yeah, everything was better in the past. It wasn't. Just because, you know, there weren't nearly as many games and many options around. Also, you know, that whole fucking nonsense of console and exclusivity. Then again, it does kind of feel like some people would like to very much revive exclusivity nonsense, which makes me feel like, you know, throwing up somewhat fiercely. Such an idiotic nonsense. I still remember my disappointment over, you know, Fable 2, I think was it, that got released on Xbox and never has seen anything else. Really aggravated me at the time. To the point where I was like, no, I will never ever buy one of your consoles any longer. Yeah, people still tried a lot of things back then. I mean, hell, Baldur's Gate was a lot of a, you know, experimentational thing, when you think about it. An RPG on PC. That was something that at the time was not really a common thing any longer. Oh, well, not any. I don't think actually it was... Was it around before that? I mean, there were some games before then on PC-esque things. Something of that scale, though, I don't really think. That's actually a cool thing, but then again, you should really try to... That's actually very much the hardest part ever. Try to, you know, keep your rose-tinted glasses of nostalgia off as far as possible. And don't get me wrong, that is hard. It was really hard. As I said, you know, that's my whole beef with Lyrian Studios is like, you don't just take the Baldur's Gate IP and try to create a Baldur's Gate nowadays. You shall not. I was actually already somewhat miffed about Beamdog and their remaster. Let alone some bloody fucking bitch trying to actually make a Baldur's Gate game. Then messing it up because Baldur's Gate is very specific. I mean, to be fair this time, if you look at it, there are millions of games. Quite literally hundreds getting thrown out of the market. I mean, you know, some of those are barely games, in my opinion, but going by the sheer technicality, there are quite a few. I do hope that, just like with music actually, that the indies will become a lot bigger, because that could actually be really cool in the future, you know. Having like million little studios all doing their own little cool thing. Some even starting, you know, their own little series, and well, the end result will be that we will have lots more big studios, of course, which will then, you know, end up with a bit of a cycle, but, well... It is, yeah. But honestly, just for fun, if you actually look into, you know, out of the crap, I mean, sure, some things are just like, well, here, you have 2 maps made in RPG Maker, and there's a sexy pig. Now, this is not what we would call a game, usually, but okay, you can't sell it as one, I suppose. Here the boys, pokes the head. We found a man drifting on a piece of flotsam that I can't try to talk to him, but he's speaking in a tongue none of us have ever heard before. Should bring him on board. Sure, let's talk to this guy. Ooh, I'm going to meet a new companion because I don't think otherwise the game would load. Yes, and you know, loading into. Ah, but yeah, games. Honestly, games is the sort of thing you can talk about basically for hours on end and still find something that you probably have not discussed just yet. Quite interesting. You find a young man waiting for you on deck. He wears heavy clothing of a kind you've never seen. Colors of his tabard bold and bright. He stands, but barely. Sodden, sun-scorched and battered, he can hardly keep his feet. Stumbles forward a bit, then rights himself. He looks at you warily, blurry-eyed, exhaustion heavy on his shoulders. Are you alright? It's a dumb question, but... Labkumimaki is not the answer I was looking for. Because of the lost world, he buckled over and vomits a tremendous amount of seawater onto the deck. But just stop throwing up on my ship. Kinda need it. I do like how it is just standing there and smoking his pipe. He's like, yes, I don't even care about this.
Was I supposed to understand any of that? Either the words or the vomiting?
Hey, I understood the vomiting. That's okay, I suppose. He knits his eyebrows. His words are unfamiliar to you. They sound low and hard-edged, but his tone soft with confusion. Let's try with you then. To equip? Okay, let's make it like if you're talking to a dumb person. Like inside, point to a shelf and slowly say your name. I don't know ta, but the Reka I understand. So your name is Rek. No, your name is Reka apparently, according to the game. He's like Reka. The game's like, no, Reka. Done. Gotcha, name's Reke. Yeah, lots of ta. Ta. Does he from the Polynesian people? I don't know their language, but he's like ta. He sounds like an idiot. Bumps his fist a bit. Pleased to have finally managed to communicate with you. Relief brings a bright flush to his pale cheeks. It's like, yay, we exchanged names. Basically. Now he only needs to learn the words for... Honestly, when you learn a language or when you're in an unfamiliar country, learn just, you know, how to introduce yourself, how to ask where the toilet is, and how to order a beer. You're gonna have lots of fun. That's actually my approach to Spanish. What was it? Un cerveza grande. Oh, and frigo, because it's cold. That also helps, yeah. If you know sorry in most languages, that's actually going to get you somewhere. Because most people understand that you don't mean any harm by, you know, for example, not complying with what they're telling you. And helpful. He turns away then, casting his gaze over the rough sea. When your thinking is unclear, but you can guess by the vein pulsing, heart in his neck, the tight fists at his side, that he seems to be coming to a decision. In there. Okay, you are an idiot. It's pretty damn clear that we don't understand each other. Now, the most easiest way to solve this is to speak in easy to understand concepts that you can, you know, communicate with your hands and feet with some, you know, while gesturing. Don't just fucking machine gun people. He grimaces, knowing that you can't understand him. Yeah, you are a fucking idiot. He repeats his last sentence, this time gesturing to the length of your ship, to you, to your crew, and lastly to himself. It would seem he wished to travel with you. See, that's easy enough. Sure, welcome aboard. Yes. Lashtasam to you too. Sounds like something to it. Actually, it sounds like something like, maybe with meat? Maybe I'm just hungry because of meat, but you know. Okay. He doesn't understand your words, he grasps well enough your meaning. Rekka gives you a small smile, and quickly nod of his head in acknowledgement. Or perhaps in thanks. Ooh. Okay. Let me once again repeat my advice here. Technically speaking, the game actually allows for multi-class. And multi-classes are always superior choice. But I'm not much a fan of them. So I will keep them pure. There's no reason to do that. It's idiotic to do it. If you play this game yourself, don't fucking do it. It's dumb. Communities pointing in your mouth and waiting for food. That only really works if you meet nice people. You see, like, I'm really not. Honestly, I would probably rather ask them for a drink, which is also very easy because, you know, I've probably been throwing some seawater, and he just vomited a bit of it, so, you know, give the man something that is not salty. But, you know, just to piss him off, give him some really salty fish or something. But yeah, just a bit of advice, you know. In case you're looking at this and you're like, hey, I want to play this game, you come to this part and you're like, yes, single class because, you know, some idiot on the internet that I watched doing it did it. Don't do it. It's idiotic. I do it just because I like to do it. We have a fighter. Well, basically, let's talk a bit in game terms. We have a tank. We have an offhand tank. We have a priest. We have a, well, thief in quotation marks. And a mage. They give you some... So can I have everything I want? And I have to choose between, you know, nobody I don't know from a hole in the wall, or a companion that has traveled with me through all of the first pillars of eternity. My, what a hard choice. Also, he's also a man of the pipe, and I'm a man of the pipe too, so, you know, there and me, we're best friends, basically. I wouldn't abandon him for, you know, some hole in the ground, basically. Pretty obvious choice. Yeah, not much to think about. We might actually want to rest, though, because we're still wounded, aren't we? Nah, we're gonna rest before we enter, Nikitaka. We have a problem with that name. I don't know why, but Nikitaka apparently doesn't stay in my mind for some reason. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna sail back all the way to Nikitaka, then we have, you know, basically half the map done. Basically. And... I think actually, let's see here. It's actually a good opportunity to take a break before we, in the next episode, then can go in and go some real, because that's gonna take long. Nikitaka as a location is big and it takes a lot to explore, and it's not really a good idea to do that some half-hearted nonsense with that. We wanna do that nice and bright. Also, I will be back later on because I kinda wanna, you know, do some nice drinking into the new year. Hey, actually got some beer. I deserve that. I have worked very hard in these last few weeks because the end of the year is such a fucking annoyance for every business owner in the world, basically. We hate it. But it also means that you will get a lot more out of me. Yeah, if you so desire, basically. No, to get one. No, I don't. I actually, well, I mean, technically speaking, I did through the store order something, a bottle of whiskey, but that's not for me, that's actually a gift. You know, I just, like, you know, your typical pleb, went into the next best liquor store and bought myself a, well, technically speaking, 2 6-packs of beers and be like, well, I'm happy. Honestly, I rarely drink, especially not on my own, but, well, I guess technically, since I'm technically streaming, that would technically mean that we technically, with lots of technicalities in there, have the potential to have people around. I'm not technically drinking alone. Yes, let the excuses flow through you. Feel the hatred. Leads to power, or so the Sith claim. Clouds darken if you're once again going through the storm. Because, well, it's experience for my crew. Make him get some food. And run into the rigging. It's for the companion's aid. Give us a sermon so we have some morality and, well, get going. Nice. Storm rages on. A big hunk of hardwood will be putting a hole right through our broadside if we don't be cutting it free. Did we just lose a mast? Fuck's sake. Well, at least we managed to get done with that. Yes, just saw my very, very nice excuse as flowing through. So, with that out of the way, I think I can safely say that I shall make sure my beer is very much cooler, very much free cool. Rio indeed. Surprisingly what you remember actually from that long ago actually. I think I haven't been into Spain for like around about 10 years at this point. Actually more like 8 I think. Let's try to continue. Storm rages on. Do your job, people. Storm has passed. It took some damage, I suppose. Not too worse. Spain is indeed a big place. Honestly, I always preferred the Spain's east coast to the west coast. West coast is nice. The east coast is I guess just more of an area. What will you do when the fireworks start? Well, technically they shouldn't start because, well, we actually had a bit of a stop on selling those from our dearly beloved government as part of their package to stop the horrible corona from going around and yeah, murdering people apparently in the draws because, well, we can't have fun. That would be horrible. I don't think there will be much in the way of fireworks this year. Basically just like last year. Last year was also very tame. But if it gets too annoying, I do have some ways to isolate myself from that sound. And should it become very, very, very unbearable, we can always just, call it quits for the night and be like, well, we'll be back tomorrow. Worst case scenario, of course. Not something I would necessarily want to go for. No, then, shit you off. A naked rocker! Which is basically where we need to go. Now then, as usual, I will now start going through my inventory, do some good old-fashioned cleaning. And of course, a re-equipping of people. First order things by... No, money was actually the right point. See if we have any drinks we want to equip on you. No, we don't have any more of the healing things. So I guess let's start front with weapons. Always a good start. Especially a greatsword. I kinda don't want to equip that right now. I kinda want to keep the torch there. Volunteered in a hospital tent where they are evicting people from New Year's. Well, yeah, I've seen some shit happening too, especially with, illegally imported nonsense. It's like, yes, let's buy those, from one of our eastern neighbors, bring them over the border, and, that's totally safe. Turns out it isn't, and everybody's like, shocked Pikachu face. Blackboy should have never shown me that, because now I will always say this. I do like it though. Amuses me greatly, let's just say. But yeah, honestly, though, and that's the whole point why we actually, have a fucking democracy. If people want to have the fucking freedom to have some controlled, mind you, explosions going on, and let them fucking do it, but at least make sure they do it in a relatively safe way, and other people who are not interested should also have the option. But yeah, combining, alcohol with handling explosives is a very bad idea in general. I've seen people actually losing not only the hearing, but, well, part of the faces to that. It's an option, you can hold on some, but as I said, all with some cooperation. And of course, give the people as much freedom as you can without, endangering everybody else around is basically the idea that I'm most a fan of, basically. And I know that is pretty damn hard. Against spells, grants smartest memories. Lone Wolf isn't really important to us because, well, that's never ever going to come around. Fortitude and -20% reflection duration. It's not bad actually. Run sleep. Drawing upon reserves of intense spiritual power, barbarians able to leap high into the air. Oh, it's a barbarian ability. Yeah, generally speaking, if I have a choice, I personally do like to enjoy fireworks display a lot more than actually do it myself. I mean, you know, when I was a wee child, over at my grandparents, I do played around with some of the, you know, minor little things. And we shot some rockets into the air, but mostly the ones actually dealing with the fireworks were my parents and my grandparents, because, well, they were quite well aware that it's not a good idea to let children play with fire. So, you know, and it reduces the danger quite a bit. Vodka's wisdom. Yeah, I don't feel like wearing that. Honestly, not if it's fucking Vodka. He's probably going to try and strangle me through her mask. I can absolutely feel that. Just out of interest. Yeah, it looks as horrible as I imagined it would. Really does. I guess we should go back and, you know, look the part. I do like the hat. I'm a bit of a hat-wearing person myself. I have a nice wool hat and, you know, enjoyable. Does look like something. Do we have anything else we want? There's a lay on hands here. No, I don't think we need that. And ring-wise, we have the... Actually, does that... Ooh, it's actually adding up. It is. It looks a bit comically, but, you know, I haven't found a better head yet. The other heads looks kinda... This is just a bit overkill, because, you know... I don't like it. The feather is just a bit too much. A bit too much for my personal taste. I much prefer that. I mean, worst case we can just, you know, flip it out and be done with it. Against spells, actually probably not a bad deal. And 15 health is really not much, mind you, but nah. It's not really that much of an advantage, honestly. Immune to hangovers from alcohol. That's nice and dandy. But not really what we need. Honestly, I indulge in that far too little to actually get much out of that. A ring of more reflection. Probably actually not a bad choice for either. Otherwise, now you've got your special armor, and I'm gonna let you wear your special armor for a while longer. You have your special little saber, your special little warhammer, so I guess you're actually not badly equipped, I suppose. Did I find a fine arbalest? No. Really have a problem finding crossbows or arbalests that are fine or higher quality. Can't really do much about that, I suppose. Trying a river is not going to help with that. At all, actually. Okay. I guess you can get some lion hands. I mean, you are a priest, it's kind of hidden. Resolve and Lone Wolf is not going to work. And small resolve. It's not a bad choice. Bit more in the way of intellect. Wait, is that actually... I do wonder if those two are actually cumulative, because if you can add those, that would be a 20% bonus to your area of effect, and that would be huge. I guess I'm gonna try that out at some point. It's a hand cannon. It's a blunderbuss. I don't think I've trained you yet for those. Memory serves. Perception ability activates when you're deaf. Grants stacks before dawn. I guess it would be thematically fitting to have a pirate wear that. Also, Gaun's Pledge can generate some healing. If you absolutely must, that is. That leap ability, though. I think that would probably be a pretty wise choice for that. Mostly. And apart from that... Religion and insight. It's a strange combination. I mean, it does thematically fit somewhat, so I guess gonna be my Iron Maiden now, eh? Iron Maiden. This for you, my little one. Do we have some... I don't actually think I have much to offer for you, sadly enough. Also not in that area. I think I'm actually somewhat pleased with that. I think we have done what we could do. And we probably need to change a few things around as soon as we can. Need to have some more people in reserve here. I can tell you that much. Yeah, let us save the game. Well, it's so without much further ado, we did a nice little exploratory episode. We are finally reached Naked Orca, where we're going to spend probably a lot of time next episode. I can already foresee that. It's, you know, a giant thing, and I remember spending quite a few hours in it, so that's something to look forward to, I guess. For the moment, however, I shall bid you adieu. Have a good one and all of that, and yeah, thanks for dropping by. Very much appreciated, as usual. As for people I can easily name, we've got the little Soviet coming by and gloating about having bought its Hoi 4, and the strategy member talking at length about games. Very nice. I do like people who are, you know, enthusiastic about it. Because, well, surprisingly enough, I enjoy games myself. Yeah, I know. You look at what I'm doing and you're like, yeah, never would have guessed. I know. That's why I'm selling. That's why I'm telling you. But yeah, everybody else who's more on the lurking side of things, do feel appreciated. Pat yourself on the shoulder and be like, yes, I've done good. Since you have. And yeah, I shall be back, as I said, a bit later in like, I think 3 to 4 hours time, actually. It depends a bit. I kind of need to eat something, and I need to make some preparations so that the New Year's greetings go out without a hitch. Kind of use a bit of a trick there so we don't, you know, end up getting murdered by messages. And then I'm probably going to turn shit off. Then I make sure that my blinds are a bit extra darkened so that, you know, just in case we actually do get a bit of fireworks, we don't get, you know, completely soundly murdered by sound. Dum dum dum. So yeah, 3 hours, I think. 3 to 4 hours, yes. I also kind of want to have something, you know, nice to eat, and that can take a bit of time, depending a bit on how creative I get. Sometimes I find myself doing some more specialized thing. But yeah, and then I'm yet unsure what we're actually going to play. Somewhere between, well, Nier and something else. Sounds a choice that I kind of found interesting. The main problem is, you know, when you actually do drink and you get tipsy, your concentration slips, then playing something you're not too experienced with can be a bit of a challenge. But maybe that would be fun in its own way. Well, in the end, if I can't decide, I'm just going to throw a coin and be done with it, basically, is my idea. So yeah, there's fun to be had, fun in our near future, basically, and such, do feel free to drop by again. And, well, if not, I'll be around tomorrow. Probably, if I can manage that, get to play a bit of a round of Hoi 4 with the Soviet. He seems somewhat interested, let me say. Yeah, that's the end. Now, without much further ado, bye bye for the moment, and see you soon. In this case, quite literally.